God doesn't create evil.
But he created everything.
Well, he doesn't create sin. He doesn't.
But he created everything.
Yeah, he did create everything,
but he didn't create sin, though, right?
Well,
because sin's not everything.
Well, hold on. You gotta map this out systematically. He does.
The system is everything. Is sin part of everything?
Let me explain this. Let me explain this systematically. He does ordain everything. He ordains sin. We sin. Right. He's ordained this to happen. He's ordained this conversation right now. But
why would he do that?
But he doesn't
for his glory. Yeah, for his glory.
Back to the jealous God, self-righteous God, right?
Okay, well, hold on. So,
look how great I am for my own glory. I will have these peasants talk about me in
but my question is this: on your presuppositions, by what standard is it fucked up?
It's fucked up for if a God exists, if an all-knowing, predeterministic, omniscient God exists.
Okay.
Yes. If that is our base.
Okay.
Why on earth is everything so fucked up?
For a reason.
He did that.
For his glory.
No one but him did that.
Right, for his glory is what he says.
For his glory.
Yeah, for his glory.
God says, I created all of the universe.
And it was good. It was originally good.
So fucked up because my glory.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
By what standard is it wrong?
Listen to the whole story, man.
Yeah.
Have you listened to Genesis? Have you seen what happened? He created a world that was great.
And you didn't answer my question. By what like you just walked away, meaning that what you just said, that God doing that is absolutely objectively terrible wrong.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is my question is, which you didn't answer, on your presuppositions, by what standard is any of that wrong?
We tried this already.
You're saying, oh yeah, I admit God fucked up the whole world. No, by your presupposition, tell me why.
No, you're the guy saying that there's no you're the guy with a worldview with no standard, but yet saying that God is messed up. That God is a moral monster.
But that's a fallacy. And you just walked away morally repugnant.
Explain that one.
I am the one, right? I am the one who said things are fucked up by God, right? And you then said, but you have no moral
standard
compass. You have no moral standard.
You have a compass, but
okay. If I'm the one who came to you with that claim, obviously I have a moral standard because obviously I just said it's fucked up.
But
can you tell us what it is? So if you have a moral standard, can you tell us what it is? Because I've asked you twice.
Whatever it is, it doesn't involve children dying of cancer randomly. It doesn't involve 30% of the population being incarcerated at some point in their life.
What's wrong?
You evolved from a sack of protoplasm. What do you care? Why do you care about another person?
Yeah, what's wrong with children dying from cancer? Who cares? What's wrong with any of that?
I don't have to answer that question. It's happening.
No, hold on. No, I'm not. Of course,
it's the one who believes in the guy who created it. You should be answering. Right. Oh God,
but
why does God do that?
Right, but you're the one objecting morally against that, while standing on presuppositions that can't make sense of your objection, which is why God says that the fool says in his heart there is no God. I think because you've suppressing truth and unrighteousness, it's led you to a worldview that's foolish, where you can't even make sense of your own objections.
Do you at least see what he's saying? Because he's pointed out a good contradiction of your worldview.
No, my worldview.
You made an objection without justifying it.
My worldview has no moral presupposition about children dying of cancer.
Okay, so then what's wrong with it?
Hold on. In my worldview, it is something that happens as a result of the scientific or the forces of nature that create cancer. Random genetic mutations that cause bad compounds to form in our bodies.
Okay, so what's wrong with kids dying from that?
What's wrong with rape? What's wrong with murder? What's wrong with cancer? What's wrong with
God predestinating? Like, what's wrong?
What you guys learned here in 10 minutes?
What's wrong?
Well, I went to church.
Was the church closed?
It was closed, yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was interested in
what's wrong with that?
So by what standard are any of those moral objections wrong?
How long have you been Catholic?
By the standard of I am a human being, and and therefore, as a result of simply being a human being, I like it when other human beings aren't dying or being murdered or being raped.
What do you think the church
Okay,
is?
so your more standard is just
What you're
your
gonna tell me is the difference
is just the
There's a
preference
common understanding
of your 3-pound
other
brain.
people in my species probably desire the things I also desire. I desire not to have cancer.
no,
I desire
okay, here's
not
the thing.
to be raped or
Right, but
murdered.
philosophically-
so therefore, I think it's logical to
Okay.
think other people also want it.
No, it's fallacious. So philosophically, you can't go from an is to an ought. You can't say, I see this happening, therefore it is unethical, or therefore it is wrong.
No. I'm saying I see cancer happens.
Okay,
I don't want that for myself.
okay.
So why should I come to the logical conclusion that others might want it for themselves?
Because other people have different 3-pound brains than you.
I doubt you're going to find a person with a brain who wants cancer,
Or who wants
to be
genocide?
raped, or wants to be murdered.
Or who wants to commit genocide like Adolf Hitler? Or Joseph Stalin's 3-pound brain?
Right.
Or Jeffrey Dahmer's 3-pound brain?
I would say that obviously I'm not going to justify anything any of those people did, because that's absurd. Why would I do that, right? Like, what benefit do I gain?
Is what
from-
they did wrong.
Of course it is.
Why?
No, hold on. Here's the thing. If morality is determined by our 3-pound brains, their 3-pound brains told them that it was good.
Right.
So
but when they were born, I
what
don't
you're
think they
really
thought
saying
those
is that I don't like what they did.
I think that-
you cannot say on your own presuppositions that Joseph Stalin was wrong, that Adolf Hitler was wrong, because you're making a statement that's objective in nature.
I think Joseph
But because
Stalin
you've denied
and
the
Hitler-
biblical
I
God,
think
you have no foundation to justify that objection.
that
All you can
is
say
a
is
bold claim.
their 3-pound
because you don't
brain
believe in God,
is fizzing
no
differently than
argument
mine.
that you can make can hold any water
Exactly.
whatsoever.
No, that's the whole point
Right, then
of
why
argument,
the
and
fuck
that's
am I
what God
talking to
says.
you all?
Exactly.
Because
Like it's nonsense.
because we want
Well,
you.
your worldview
It's
is doing
unwinnable.
that. Well, your
right? You have set up a worldview for yourselves that is completely
No, hold on.
impenetrable.
Exactly.
from any sort of
No, not exactly.
discontent or
So like,
anti.
Well, the problem is the only thing he's done this whole time was contradict you, because your worldview is full of it, but yet you steal from ours. Our worldview holds up.
It does not.
No, here's the thing. In our worldview, see, we can justify what's called the preconditions of intelligibility, okay? That which is necessary to make knowledge possible. So, for example, in the Christian worldview, I can say that Adolf Hitler, what he did was absolutely evil.
Right.
What Joseph Stalin did was absolutely evil.
And
When
I,
children
as a
die of cancer,
non-Christian
it's
person, can
absolutely
easily
sad.
Say the same thing. And what are you going to say?
On
oh,
what
you
basis?
Don't believe in God, so that's
No.
BS.
What I'm going to ask you is, on what basis are any of those
just
things
told you the
objective?
basis. One, I told you
the
the
basis is
basis
your 3-pound brain,
No,
and I
the
ask you
basis is
that their
I am
3-pound
a person.
brains.
I am a person. Well, I am a person.
yes, you are.
I don't want to be murdered. I don't want bad things to happen to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as a logical extension of that, I would assume other people don't want bad things to happen to them.
No, it's
right?
it's
Hold on,
arbitrary
hold on,
because they
hold
have
on,
different
hold on,
brains than
hold
you
on, hold on,
and different
hold on,
preferences.
Hold on. I understand that. Everyone has a different brain.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean,
So then, why should you assume that their brains fizz the same way yours does?
hold on, because A, it's such a basic concept that
To who?
I don't want to die.
According to who?
Do you want to die? Do you want to die? Do you want to die?
What I'm saying is that-
Why don't you all just kill yourself
No,
right now?
what I'm
Right?
s-
Why don't you?
I don't have a fear of
suiciding
death.
who want to
Why
die.
don't you kill yourself then?
I don't have a fear of death.
You know how many people are suiciding right now and want to die?
Lots of them.
Yeah.
Exactly. So so they have different 3-pound brains than yours do. Okay. So
Yes,
what I'm saying,
understand.
to circle back to it, if your basis for your moral objections is your 3-pound brain, it is completely unjustified for you to look at any behavior of anyone else
Right.
ever and
Because
say
everyone
that's
has a
evil,
different
that's wrong.
brain, because everyone has a different brain, we're not allowed to conjecture about people's brains.
No, they all have the same. They all have different brains, but they all have the same compass, in which comes from God. But you neglecting God and suppressing Him and saying He doesn't exist, you are now You are now away from that, and now you're reduced. Your whole worldview is reduced to absurdity, with contradictions, hypocrisy,
good point.
and we've demonstrated it.
No, you have not.
Yeah, we just said, okay, we're dealing with it morally right now. You said that morality is determined by your 3-pound brain. So I'm asking you on what
3-pound brain a lot. I never said that, but
well, it's what it is.
3 pound, he means 3-dimensional. He's just
I think he means the actual pound.
Yeah,
like
that's
actual weight. You put it on a scale.
Yeah, that's how much. Yeah, that's how much our brains weigh. So
I didn't know that.
yeah. So children dying of cancer, genocide.
thought he meant 3 dimensional.
Other people's brains fizz differently than yours. So, what do you say to Adolf Hitler?
What I say to Adolf Hitler doesn't really matter all that much.
Well, it does matter.
It doesn't.
Because you're telling us our God
I will
is bad.
explain why. I will explain why. Hitler did what he did. Fact. Right? No going back. It happened. Right? We can sit here and conjecture on why did he think that was a good idea. It's not why I thought it was a good idea. I didn't think it was a good idea. He is the one who's theoretically supposed to explain his actions.
Okay.
But he's dead. He can't do that.
Okay.
So all we can do is sit around and say, how did that happen? How did a person exist who wanted that to happen? And I would explain it by saying the society that he was a part of conditioned him and I'm going to use the word groom, but it's not really groom. It wasn't actively grooming. It wasn't like some guy next to him like, you're going to murder 5 million people one day. No, it wasn't like that. It was the German economy at the time being terrible, the German political system
being terrible by what standard?
By Germany was losing, basically.
What's wrong with losing?
We're getting to this thing.
We can't. If I'm going to keep talking to you, you cannot just say, okay, explain that to every sentence I say. Because
why not?
Right, just what you just did, right there. It's terrible. It's really annoying.
It's terrible by what standard?
Because it makes it impossible to talk about anything.
What's wrong with that? If we're in a chance world,
please,
who cares about the possibility of conversation?
Please, just let me speak. Can you do that?
I'm listening to you, but I'm also obeying God when God says to answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own sight.
I would respect God a lot more if you let him say, hey, just let the guy talk.
Well, I have let you talk, but
Really funny guy.
but I also have questions.
I understand that, and you can ask questions, but please let me finish my statement, and then ask the question.
Well, the thing is, like,
real quick, Tristan, he's making a point though that you keep saying this is wrong, or he should do this, or this country. Real quick, he's this country's going bad and going, but your standard, we keep getting back to the same thing. You have no standard, no basis. You went on a you sidetracked when you explained. No.
That's our question: is what standard, what moral standard do you use to make the claims that you're making?
Please get to that.
The moral standard of what? Of who?
Where do morals
I wasn't even alive when Hitler died.
Where do morals come
My
from?
moral standard doesn't fucking matter about any of that. I wasn't alive when he died. I wasn't alive when Stalin died. I wasn't alive when any of this shit happened.
That's irrelevant to the question of was it wrong, and if so, by what standard was it wrong?
It was wrong.
By what standard?
He chose for other people that other people would die.
What's wrong with that?
But if
No.
I have to explain
what's
why
wrong?
I can't force my will over other people.
Yes, you do.
No,
because on your presuppositions,
no God, and we're all molecular molecules, moist robots.
repent and trust in Christ, and you'll be saved, Tristan. We love you, man.